Hey, welcome back, everyone. Back to the lounge. You're lounging with Christina and Eddie. I am Eddie.
And I'm Christina. And this podcast is our very first video episode.
Yes,
It's
yes.
it's about all about relationships, relationship topics, tips, and inspiration. And this is our first time if you're tuning in. Like I said, this is our first video episode.
Yeah.
We've had 3 episodes so far.
This is offshoot of our radio show,
Yeah.
Lounging with Christina and Eddie, only on Lit 106.
W Lit 106.
And we just expand on what we talk about from the show. So, for example, we have segments called Couch Recap where we talk about what we did for the week, important things, stuff like that. Then we have another segment later on that's right behind it. It's called Question Q&A. It's Q&A question of the week
Yeah.
where we put out a question on our social media feeds and then people weigh in and we talk about it. And a lot of times it have to do with us personally, a situation that happened to us personally. We've been married 25 years, 25 happily years. So, there's a lot of stuff we see and dwell on. Just like Couch Recap. Couch Recap is like when we sit on the couch and looking at TV or binge watching or just
Yeah.
recounting,
Yep.
recapping the day, what we did, like every other couple,
Yeah,
married
it's
or
like,
not, relationships.
the couch recap is like you're in our living room with us and we're
Yeah.
recapping what we did for the week. We're just talking to each other. So want you to feel like you're right there with us and talking to us. We do have a multi-platform media company,
Mhm.
publishing, promotion, entertainment, storytelling company. And so it's called Sledge House Media, and that's a
Mhm.
part of this podcast as well. We produce films, streaming projects, audio projects. We publish books. We help
Yeah.
other people publish their books. We also, like we said, we have the radio show that's on Sundays from 3 to 5 p.m.,
Yep.
broadcasting through Amazon Alexa. We have Apple Music, Autolist. Yeah, you can catch us on all those platforms on
Mhm.
Sundays. And then now we have our podcast. So you can get much more up close and personal with us. We have books. We talk about marriage. We talk about our marriage of 25 years. And
Mhm.
so we just like to share that with you. We've been high school sweethearts. And so we like to drop some gems on you. A lot of people always ask us for advice, and so that's what we're doing with this podcast. And you get to
Mhm.
just get a little bit more closer with us.
Yeah, then we also have another segment,
Mm.
we're doing a radio in on here. It's called, Standing Ovation Spotlight, where we spotlight someone doing something amazing, extraordinary, or just, folks just really got their hands in helping community, something in the world that we see or we know or we talk to. We even put that on social media. That way people come out and, give us people that you think that should get
Yeah,
a
you
stand
can
ovation. Nominate.
nominate someone for Stand Ovation Spotlight. We'll spotlight them on the radio show. We'll spotlight them on this podcast, on
Mhm.
social media. And so we like to encourage folks that are doing inspiring things and share it with the community. And yeah, so that's what this podcast is about. And we also do a vibe reset. So
Yes.
we always like to set you off right for your
Mhm.
week with some, affirmations, positive affirmations,
Yep.
words of encouragement. And so that's what this podcast is all about. And
Yep.
really, it's about diving deeper into the question of the
And
week.
we also once in a while have interviews,
Yeah, we'll have
like we have one today.
special guests.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have special guests. Like today, we have the founder of the Ubiquitous Women's Expo.
Coming up this
And yeah,
weekend, September 5th through the 7th.
yeah. So
Yeah.
next weekend, that's a great, inspiring expo event that they have every year. This is their 11th year. So it's
Down at DMV.
yes, in the DMV. So we live in Maryland. For those of you joining us for the first time, we live in the
Mhm.
Maryland area. The event will be in Maryland, and we also our home base is here. So we're originally from Brooklyn. We met in high school in Brooklyn. We have 2 daughters. We're about to be an empty nester pretty soon. Our youngest daughter is going to college next year, so she's a senior in high school. So you probably hear some about that on this podcast and our journey through that process. But yeah, so that's a bit of who we are, but we really like to dive deep and tell you, what we like to share about marriage and relationships.
So we start this episode off with a couch recap last week. We started with what you call a number one new release.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes. Okay. So For those of you who are joining us for the first time, I was looking to see if I have the book,
Mhm.
but Joy on the Radio is our newest book. It's out. It just
Mhm.
came out on Tuesday, and it is a bestseller
Bestseller.
on Amazon right now. So you can actually get your copy. It's a top new release. So shout out to our author and our friend, Autumn Joy Live.
Yes.
She is the author that we worked with on this book. So we want to
Mhm.
give her a huge shout out
Yes,
and
congratulations. Yep,
congratulations.
she's on the bestseller list.
Yes.
Number one new release this
Yep.
week.
Number one. Number
So
one.
we here at Slash House Media Lounging with Christina and Eddie. We just filled with joy and just proud of Autumn Joy Live.
Yeah.
She worked hard for it. She put her foot in it. We came together. We worked together, and it's always great that this happens.
Yeah, and so I want to share with you right here. So I'm gonna put it up on the screen. So this is Joy on the Radio. So you can go on Amazon, get it, check it out. It's such an inspiring story for kids, especially back to school time right now. It's a great time to just encourage them to, go for their dreams and be brave and starting the year off right. And we have lots of merch that goes with it and that's us on TV right here talking about the book. So, yeah, so check it out. So that way you get to learn more about this book. Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
So we had that. We also stopped by the ribbon cutting. We was invited to a ribbon cutting in Ellicott City,
Yes,
Maryland,
in Maryland.
on Wednesday with the green drop merging with the Red Cross.
Yes, they had a partnership. So there's a
Yes.
partnership with Green Drop and the Red Cross, where if you donate clothing, household items
Mhm.
through Green Drop, that the proceeds of that at certain locations will go to the Red Cross efforts. So the work they do with disaster relief and helping people when it's mostly their time of need.
Yeah, all the people was there. We like to thank for accepting us and giving us open arms and
Mm.
showing us what they do. And this we just glad to be a part of it. As you on the board of the Red Cross. So and I've been giving blood for 26 years, and
Yep.
we've been giving, donating clothes, stuff like that. So it's always great when two organizations can partner
Yeah.
and make things better. And Green Drop, we just met their regional managers
Yes.
and stuff like
Yep.
that. They
Yep.
were great.
So
And
shout
then
out to them.
yep. So down the line, when we get them on the show, then we get to get them on the podcast too.
Yeah, so that was a great opportunity for us to just be out in the community and have an opportunity to learn more about
Yeah.
this partnerships.
Hmm.
Yeah, so if you're in the DMV or even around the country, they have several spots where you could just go if you have extra
I
clothes.
think they have 27 locations,
Okay,
centers.
okay.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
had 27
So, you're
locations.
cleaning out the closet, doing that fall cleaning, trying to get rid of old clothes. You need new clothes or
Mhm.
stuff is old now. Definitely can donate it, and that money will go towards disaster relief that the Red
Yeah.
Cross
And
helps
then
people with.
finally, and that's a great cause too.
Yeah.
Always great to help people. My house was burnt down. My apartment was burnt down when I was like 9 years old. So the Red Cross and Salvation Army wound up getting help from both of them organizations too. So much love to the Salvation Army too, because they a lot of organizations like Salvation Army, Red Cross, and I
Yeah.
guess now Green Drop.
Hmm.
They dare to help,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
as we all know in the world, no one has to be there to help. So when people are there to help, it's always a blessing. But
Absolutely.
we also was invited to the Expo. Expo
Yeah,
this
so
week.
we're gonna be at the Ubiquitous Women's Expo. It's a great event. It's gonna be very inspiring for women. So, that's a big event here in the DMV
Yeah,
that we're
and
gonna
with
be
the interview we
supporting.
have,
Yeah.
yeah, she's with the interview today.
Yeah, we have a
So
special guest. She's our
yeah,
special guest,
and she'll
Germaine.
explain way more in
Yeah.
detail too.
Yeah, she's gonna explain more. And so we wanna, get out there and support um Ubiquitous Women's Expo.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now we're gonna dive into our question of the week.
Yep.
And it's a good one. So
Yeah.
it's a good one. This is one where we have experience with and we've dealt with something similar. So we want to share it with you guys. We put a poll out and it's really to talk about what happens? Like, what do you do? Is it a deal breaker if your person, your partner, they won't cook or they don't cook? And it's a hot
You
topic.
can't cook
They
or
can't.
you won't
You
cook.
won't cook.
And
And
and,
so
and it's a thin line with that
yeah,
too.
and it's a hot topic right now because if you've been paying attention to social media and the news and stuff like that.
Couple celebrities come
Couple
out and say
celebs,
that was
yeah,
the
they
difference of
came
it.
out and they
But
talked about how their marriage had fell
yeah.
apart
But our
because
situation came
of
up
that.
before we got married. Days
Yes.
before we got married, when Chris was living in Temple, living in Philly, going to Temple, and I was in the army. I came to visit her, and we was getting married during that time.
Mhm.
So one night I cooked her a steak. Now, granted, no. So when I was growing up, my father was like the street ghetto chef, right? He was never a professional chef, but he knew how to cook, and everyone loved the cooking. In the projects when we lived on a regular block. He used to tell me all the time, you have to watch me cook. Come watch me cook. Come watch me cook. And I was too busy doing other stuff. I'm like, man, I'm not doing that. It's fine. I actually, this act like I was watching him. So the time comes where I want to impress Chris, and I make the steak. Now he made it in a way where I thought you use mayonnaise, and I thought you use flour
No.
to make a steak. When I was doing it at the time, Chris was like, "Hey, what are you doing?" And I'm like, "Hey, trust me, I know how to make a steak. You're gonna have the best steak you ever had." And when I was cooking it, it's bubbling and all that, and I'm sitting there like, "This does not look like anything my father, Big Eddie,
It looked like a hot mess,
ever
y'all.
made."
It looked like a hot
Right? It
mess.
got to a point where I'm like, I don't even know I'm
It
gonna eat
was a
this, but
mess.
I'm gonna have to eat it. Right? But I attempted though. So,
No,
I give it to her on the tray
I did.
and the plate, and she was
No,
extremely honest.
no. I said, no, I can't eat this. I
Hmm.
said, what is this? I said,
Yeah, what is this? Yeah.
I said, is this chicken fried steak? Because
Yeah.
there's no other reason why you should put flour on a perfectly good steak. Like,
Yeah.
what are you doing to that? What are you doing?
And the
Unless you're making chicken fried steak. And for those of you who don't know, because I didn't know what chicken fried steak was
I never heard about it till you said it.
until I lived
So I don't know what chicken fried steak is.
in the South area, and I watch different food shows. See, I love to cook, so that's the
Mhm.
difference. And lucky for him, I do love to cook, and I can cook. But what I learned is that there's this dish, and it's mostly in the South, and it's called chicken fried steak. And what if you haven't heard about it? It's basically steak that you put flour on and you fry it like chicken,
I never seen this, never
like
heard about it
fried
in my
chicken,
life.
like fried chicken. I might insert a picture here, but yeah, it's fried chicken. It's fried steak, like you would make
Like you
fried
make chicken,
chicken,
yeah.
but it's steak. And so I've seen it before, and it's very deceiving. So if you ever seen chicken fried steak, you might think it's a fried chicken breast, like a fried chicken cutlet, because it's very thin, because it's steak.
Hmm.
So you may think, oh, that's chicken, fried chicken. No, it's steak. So don't be fooled.
Yeah.
So that's what I thought he was making. I
That's
thought
what
he
I
was
wound up
making
making.
that.
I
No,
had no
no,
idea to
no,
make it, but
no.
that's what I
It
wound up
didn't even
making.
turn out like that.
Yeah, it was
Okay,
horrible.
it was mushy.
Mm.
The flour was yucky.
Mhm.
It was nasty.
And I couldn't.
Good.
It's a reality check.
He can't cook. He can't
I
cook.
couldn't get mad, but I was like, hey, nah, this my father told me how to
He
make
can't
this.
cook.
I told my father the story, and he just like, what the hell? You had to see it to
Oh,
believe
you
it.
ended up telling your father?
Yeah,
Okay.
had to believe
I'm
it.
sure it's free.
So she had to make that decision, right? So her decision was like, hey, I'm gonna do the cooking in this relationship. And luckily for me, my father, before he retired, was also a janitor in the hospital. So he always cooked and cleaned, and I did that when I lived with him. So that was no problem taking out trash, cleaning up. So once we got and I respect it now. I could grill all day, and I could roast
Now you can. Now he's really good. He's
Yeah.
really good at seasoning. He's good at grilling.
and
And
roasting. I could roast something to
so,
perfection.
and those are pretty simple, cooking tasks. So it's not that bad,
But frying, nah.
So he can't really cook.
I fry hot dogs.
Okay, that's grilling.
Yeah,
Yeah,
stuff
that's
like
grilling.
that. So but
He can, yeah. So he's much better now. I will allow him to do that,
mhm.
but the rest of it, no,
Yeah,
no, he can't do it, and we recognize that. And so that is our advice to anyone who's going through this. Okay, so when we talk about the difference between can't and won't cook,
yeah.
There's a difference,
Yeah.
right? So can't means you just don't have the skills. You're not good at it.
And I can respect that.
When you cook something, it's terrible. It's
I,
disgusting.
I think the average
And
person,
you recognized it, and other people have told
I
you
think,
that you cannot cook.
I think the
And
majority of
so
people
that's
can,
okay. Own
majority of
it.
people can accept that I can't and you can't, and then we can get better or not.
Okay.
But when you say won't, unless we have like what you call it, house cooks or house clean.
Like
If you
chef,
won't, if you all right, so
like you have a personal chef.
yeah. So I'm just thinking about the average person, especially probably the average man, right? Or maybe the average person, right?
Yeah.
If you don't even try to show me that you're bad at this, and I understand why you don't want to show me because you be like, hey, I'm really bad at this, right?
So he wants you to.
But if you don't even, yeah, if you try and you just on some, I won't do it, then that's a problem.
Oh, that's a problem.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can live with
So,
can't. I can't live with won't.
so that's a deal breaker.
Like if you won't clean up behind yourself, and that's just I'm 100% won't do it, you
Okay.
got a problem.
That's a deal breaker for
Yeah,
you.
I can live with bad food because you
Okay.
can't cook, but there's no excuse that you can't clean.
Mhm.
And I'm not saying you have to spick and span, but you're gonna have to clean up behind yourself, dirty clothes, or if you stepping on crumbs, or you got to do something to make up for the can't that you can't cook. You got to do something else. It's a partnership. It's not a.
Sure.
It's not just one way. So you're gonna have to give and take. But if you won't, that's a no for me.
It's a no.
It's a
Okay.
no.
Well, I guess, that could be because we have different roles and genders. So maybe it's a bigger deal for women, for a man, for a woman to not be able to cook. So I guess, yeah, I guess that, it could be a deal breaker for some people, but I think it should be you figure out what you can do well, and then
Mhm.
you guys compromise and you say, okay, you can't cook or you won't cook. You don't like, some people just don't like to cook. I know a lot of women who just don't enjoy it.
Respect that.
They don't enjoy it. They don't like it. And they feel like it's not something they want to do, spend their
Mhm.
time doing. They rather make reservations than make dinner. So there are a lot of women out there like that. And so, but like you said, for some men, I guess that's a deal breaker.
Some women too. Like,
For
look,
some, they want a home cooked meal.
if a man, if some women like that too. A
Okay.
woman might say, "Look, if you can't cook and you won't cook and you won't clean, that's a double whammy." Women like, yo, I mean,
Well, apparently,
I'd be like, I don't want to deal with you now. If we had house cleaners
yeah,
and housemaids and stuff like that. Yeah, it's not a big problem. But if it's just me and you, the kids or whatever, and you refuse to cook and you refuse to even clean, even behind yourself, then it's a big problem. You got to
Well,
try to be good or try to be bad. Let me
apparently,
see it.
David Justice said he had this complaint about Halle Berry, and Offset's coming out and saying the same thing about Cardi B. So
But Cardi B told him
yeah,
in a wrong songs and probably told him in person that she doesn't, she busy or that's not what she do. So you
yeah.
get you now. There are ways where you tell me what you won't do, keep cooking clean, and then I have to accept that, right? And I'll be like, okay, I understand. We come into this marital relationship where you're not gonna cook or clean, right? So I can't get mad if you never ever ever do it. I can't because I accept that. Now, if you telling me, you won't do it at all, that's up to me. That's up to the person.
Okay.
Right? Me personally, that's a no go. That's not gonna work. You're
Personally.
gonna have to do one or the other. You're gonna
Okay.
have to chip in.
Well, luckily, we don't
Yeah.
have that issue
No, we don't.
because then I don't know. I don't know if we'll still be married because
Yeah.
apparently that's a deal breaker for you.
But that'd be dead break for you if I ain't clean. If I say I'm not cleaning,
Well, I mean, like if you were a messy
yeah,
guy,
I'm still
you
making
said,
mess, leaving crumbs on the
all right,
floor,
yeah,
and
I
I'm
mean,
like, I'm not
yeah,
cleaning. That's your job. I'm not doing it. Someone gonna do it. I'm not doing it. You'll be. It get to a point where you be like, you be
yeah.
mad.
Well,
Okay,
yeah, I think that's a
over
little
years, God,
disrespectful.
God, you got to
Yeah,
wash a dish or something. At
yeah.
least put it in the dishwasher. Scrape it or put it in the
Put it in
dishwasher.
this one.
Especially
Okay.
Thanksgiving and Christmas time, you
Yeah,
cooking
yeah,
and slaving,
let's work as a team.
and you cooking and slaving.
Yeah.
Um, I'm not even chipping in to put the dishes in the dishwasher or dump the garbage or mop a floor. You know what I'm saying? Like we got company coming over. Sooner or later, you're gonna get to a point you're gonna be like, yo, what, come
Like
on,
in the
something I have
breakup,
to do.
like in the breakup, like the movie The
Yeah, you,
Breakup.
you want me to put this dirty
Yeah.
dishes in the closet when people come by in the
Right, right,
pantry? Nah,
right.
you like, no,
Yeah, I get it.
you
And
got to do something.
so in the movie The Breakup, if you haven't seen it, it's a good movie, but they
Hmm.
kind of fell apart because Vince Vaughn's character. And so the other thing about us is we love movies, all
Yeah,
right? So Sledge House Media is all about movies, books. So you hear us talk a lot about that, a lot of references to
yeah.
movies and stuff like that. So we'll recommend different movies to you based on the topic of the week as well. And so this particular movie is called The Breakup. If
Yeah.
you haven't seen it with Vince Vaughn and Jennifer Aniston, I don't know, it's like at least 15 years old,
Yeah.
something like that. But
Classic though.
it's a classic and it's really funny if you haven't seen it. But
Mhm.
they fall apart. They end up having a really big fight because he doesn't help her out at
Yeah.
home. And
Mhm.
she really feels like she's given him her all. She's always compromising for him and doing all the things that he wants her to do. But then he doesn't want to compromise when she's asking him to do something. So it's a good movie. So check it out. Yeah, so
Yeah.
in our case, yeah, in that case, I would probably be upset like she was. If I had a guy or a partner that was like Vince Vaughn's character, I would be pretty pissed off,
And you got
you
people
know,
coming over, you invited people,
that he's not
and you're
helping
not
and
helping, and I gotta do this,
you're
then
pulling the entire weight
and I
of
won't do it.
everything.
Or that's it's one thing you can't do it.
Hmm.
You can't clean up. I don't know how you do that anyway.
Right,
But
right.
if you refuse to clean up and it's your mess at that,
Yeah.
unless we agree to that at the beginning of our relationship or marriage, and you understand that I do the cleaning and you do the cooking, you can't get mad if you accept that. But you're going to get mad if you like, hey, you got I won't work. What you mean you won't work? You know what I'm saying? Like at least try to work.
Well, you
And if
gotta.
you're bad at it, then we can understand that we get you some help, or we know the rope of it. But I refuse to work because that's not me. God, that's not going to work.
Well, you have to have conversations
Yeah,
about
you
that.
gotta have it, and then if
Right?
but you're gonna get mad down
There
the
needs
line.
to be some understanding boundaries.
And you know what else? I was talking to someone the other day. Even if a lot of men, a lot of women grew up with mothers and fathers who cleaned and stuff, and
Mhm.
they set the example, or probably told
Set the
people like, look,
example. Okay.
you got to be someone that's going to clean up behind you.
Mhm.
You got to be with someone that gonna cook, right? So even though love starts to conquer all, and love is blind, you get to put that on the side and be like, okay, I love you, but I can pick up the slack for you, right?
Yeah.
But if that's in your mind embedded that this woman or this man is not cleaning or not cooking, or you need someone that's going to cook and you need someone going to clean,
Mhm.
you're going to start taking off all the people on your list, or you're going to see. But that's a big thing for you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because you
It's a
grew up
big thing.
understanding and living that. So
And that was David Justice's argument. He was like, I'm from the Midwest and I grew up with my mom really doing a lot of that at home. And so
mhm.
and this is my thing, right? And so I'm going to speak for the ladies on this one. You marry Halle Berry. I mean,
Yeah, I get it.
in her defense, she's Halle Berry. Like, I'm not expecting her to be slaving over a hot stove every day after she's worked. That she's an Oscar winner,
She was Oscar winning
not at
then.
that time. Not
Not
at
at that
that
time.
time.
She was still hot.
Yes, but
She's Halle Berry.
she
There's
became
no doubt.
right.
But at that time, she's not Oscar winning yet.
Right. Can I
I mean, I don't. I'm on Halle Berry's side. Put it like this. Look, I'm on Halle Berry's side, right? Like, look.
come on.
But as we learned in a marriage, every marriage is a different fingerprint, right? We don't know what went on in their house, but just to look at the negative side of it, if they've been married like 2 or 4 years and she never picked up a dish and put a dishwasher, or she never picked up crumbs that's on the back of her foot,
Okay.
or something like that,
Okay. All right.
that would get you frustrated. Because this
Right.
what I don't believe
All right.
that this is now. I don't know what's going on in their marriage,
Right.
but I know I would be frustrated no matter if you Haley, you Beyonce, or
Right.
Sherry and Thuron. I don't care who you are. But if you not picking up behind yourself or putting dishes at least once in a while, something,
Right.
and you just let it walk, sit there like
That's just lazy.
yeah, like some real. I'm not saying Halle Berry did that.
Messy.
I'm not saying that she did that, but maybe his maybe David
That was a
Justice
deal breaker.
on a scale of 1 to 10, it was like a 3, and he couldn't take it. Right? We don't know,
Right.
but
Yeah.
maybe it was a 10.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And
It
maybe
took each his own.
maybe
But yes,
temporarily
she was
you
Halle
could have.
Berry, and she's about to become an Oscar winner. We
Yeah.
we cannot fault that,
Okay, babe.
but we don't know.
Okay, so can I speak
Good.
now? Okay. All right. So what I was saying is you marry Halle Berry. You have to know that this woman is like the cream of the crop when it comes to women.
Hmm.
Like she is like the fantasy of many men at this time back then,
Hmm.
right? And so this is like the coveted woman that you bagged, right? Like you got this woman and so, she's not on the same level as like the average woman. In my opinion, I would not expect her to slave over hot stove all the time, be cleaning toilets and like I'm not expecting her to do that. I would expect they would hire someone to do
Yeah.
that stuff because
Mhm.
I mean he's this big baseball player, big $1 million
I
contract
agree.
and stuff like that. She's, probably making a good amount of money by movies and stuff like that. So, uh,
I agree.
no,
But
I'm not expecting her to
but
clean
but
anything. If it was Halle Berry, I would not be cleaning anything
I
either.
I I
So,
agree.
in that instance, now I do agree. I mean, if you see like there's, you don't put your dirty underwear and stuff and just leave it on the floor and just leave it for days and not pick it up. Okay, of course, no, you don't want to do that. But I mean, she's Halle Berry, so I'm gonna give her a pass. You know what I mean? Like there's no reason why she should be cleaning a toilet. I don't think so. I
I
mean,
don't know.
yeah, you guys can sound off in the comments. Let me know what you think
I
on that.
I do not
But
know.
in my mind, I'm not expecting her to clean any
Okay.
toilets
This
or slaving over
okay.
hot stove.
All right.
Like no 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 no.
So
I
what
mean, I don't even want to
so so
really do
so
it, but I have to.
okay,
I
so
do it.
what happens
But
when
I
okay.
have hired
Yeah, we are people.
cleaning
Yeah.
people to
Mhm.
come because I was busy and I just didn't have the time and you didn't have a problem with that, right?
What? Nah,
Right?
nah, I don't mind. Long,
Okay.
I don't mind.
So what's wrong with that?
But hey, let's say the situation was she never flushed the toilet
Okay, that's all right.
and he got tired of it
All right.
over and over
Yeah,
and
yeah,
over.
yeah. I don't think he didn't say that. I don't
I
know.
don't know what he
You know
did.
what? I didn't get to and there's a
So you Halle Berry or not? That's fine that you
no no
just
no no.
I
That's
gotta see this every time I go to the
oh
toilet,
no
and you
that's
like, oh, I wasn't raised to flush toilets.
no, that's gross.
So
But
what am I supposed to do?
what I will say is I will say this. I have not seen the podcast where he was on
Mhm.
speaking on this.
Yeah.
I will watch it. So we should watch it
Mhm.
and then we can speak on this on next week's
And it's always
episode.
two. It's always two
And there's two sides to
son
every
of a coin.
story. And
Yeah.
she did post her
Mhm.
own little post and say, like, look, I'm doing well
Mhm.
without you, David Justice, and I still look good, and I'm almost 60. So hats off to Halle Berry, and she moved on and lived her life. But
Yeah.
I think there is a different standard for celebrities like Cardi B and Halle Berry and Beyonce. I'm not expecting Beyonce to be cleaning a toilet
I mean, I don't know what's cleaning
I'm not
this.
expecting that. I'm not expecting that. And I don't think a man like Jay-Z or her husband or any other man that was married to any one of them, Jennifer Lopez, anyone like that, I don't think they should be cleaning a toilet. I wouldn't expect that.
Yeah.
Now, if they want to, but if they have someone who's there, like a housekeeper or a maid or someone like that to come and clean, which I would expect, then I think that
Mhm.
makes sense. And for the average person, though, no, I think you should definitely don't let your house go down without, cleaning and,
Mhm.
at least straighten it up or like you guys can divide and conquer the chores and maybe have kids and everyone just kind of chips in, pitches in and helps out so that the house doesn't look like a tornado hit it every day.
Well,
So,
I can't say
right?
I
I
can't
think that's fair. That's
I can't
reasonable.
say who was wrong or who was right in that relationship because we're not in the household and we
Mhm.
don't know the boiling point or the turning point of that relationship when it came to that. I do know, right? I don't care you Haley Berry, I don't care Beyonce, I don't care you Christina Sledge. Every person I know, I have a point where I just say like, hey,
Yeah.
what's going on? You gonna pick this up, and if I gotta keep telling you, hey, maybe we gotta make some decisions, and
Yeah.
that's what probably happened. I don't know, but I know one thing: if you won't, 9 times out of 10 for me is a no.
It's a deal breaker. Okay.
All right, so what we got
Fair,
next,
fair,
man? Because we're
fair.
gonna be talking about this all
All
day.
right, yeah, this is a heated topic. So, like I said, it's a hot topic. It's a hot
Hmm.
topic right now.
Yeah.
So, sound off in the comments on this podcast if you're watching on YouTube or on our social media. Check us out and
Hmm.
and let us know what you think. Is this a deal breaker or is it okay just to make reservations? Is it all right? So, but our poll said people were okay with just,
Hmm.
making reservations and you can make up for not being able to cook in other ways. That's what people said. So, all right. So you answer you heard. Okay, so now we're gonna
In the words of
go
50 Cents,
what did 50 Cent say?
Find out when you broke, love won't get you on the bus. So, all the people that said that, that's fine. They probably, but find out when you broke, love won't get you on the bus.
All
So,
right, all
I
right.
mean, you can do everything else in the
So
world,
love
but
is not enough.
love won't get you on the
Love is
bus.
not enough if
Yeah.
you have a dirty dish in the sink, or you won't clean,
Find out when you broke, love won't get you on the
or you
bus.
won't. Okay.
And I
Okay.
love saying that saying too.
You're right. I
That's
know you love it.
yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So now we're gonna get into our vibe reset. Now,
Mhm.
in this vibe reset, when we are on the radio show, we always take like 60 seconds to just shift your perspective. We set the tone for your week ahead. It's like positive affirmations that we're sharing with you to set your week off right. And
Yeah.
so it's just really good vibes and positive energy. And that's what our show is about. We're dropping gems, giving you relationship advice, but then at the same time, we're also giving you positivity, inspiration. So this week is the power of support.
Yep.
So when we lift, and usually, let me tell you this, if you listen to our radio show on Lit 106 from 3 to 5 p.m. on Sundays,
Mhm.
right? I actually say this to music,
Yeah.
right? God did by DJ Khaled.
Mhm.
And so you can hear me actually like spitting bars. So that's a reason to actually tune into our radio show on Sundays from 3 to 5 on Lit 106. You can
Yep.
stream it on Odyssey, Audilus, Apple Music, Amazon Alexa devices. So I'm going to spit this for you without music right now, but I'm going to say it so that you can have this inspiration for your week. So when we lift each other up, we all rise tall. Support isn't heavy when we share the hall. It's not always money. It's not always grand. Sometimes it's love in the form of a hand, a text, a call, a word that's true. Remind someone struggling, I'm here for you. Life shines brighter when we all take part. Support is just love with work in its heart. That's
That's
our
a
vibe
vibe recap
reset. That's our vibe. Have a
because we
standing
got an interview
ovation.
coming up right behind
Yes,
this.
we have an interview coming up, but
Yeah.
we wanted to leave you with that for the week
Mhm.
and give you that vibe reset. And then stay tuned shortly for our interview with the founder of the Ubiquitous Women's Expo. So stay tuned. All right, family, it's that time. Today, we've got a very special guest in the lounge. So please welcome Germaine Leffridge. She's the founder of the Ubiquitous Women's Expo. It's happening right here this next weekend. Yeah, I can't. I'm already. I'm so excited. It's September 5th through the 7th. It's at the Maryland Live Casino and Hotel. And please introduce yourself to our listeners and share why you started this expo.
Yes, my name is Germaine Bolds-Leftridge, and I started this expo many years ago because it was just when the natural um, movement was coming on, and I saw that Black women were separating themselves based on how they chose to wear their hair. It was like you were a sellout if you were relaxing, and I did not like what I saw. And I'm like, you know what? How much money you got in the bank? What does your credit score look like? Are you creating a legacy for your family? Those are the things that are important, not how you choose to wear your hair. And so that's how Ubiquitous came about. We named it Ubiquitous because when I learned how to pronounce it, and you did a great job, saying it. Ubiquitous means to exist, to be everywhere at the same time. And based on that definition, only God is ubiquitous. But what happens when we try to be more Christ-like, it's about making a difference in people's lives. So when you long gone, people are still remembering you. So it's about doing those things for others intentionally, authentically, without looking for something in return. You will become ubiquitous. One of the things for sure is you get more than what you pay for, way more. You're
That I
getting
love that.
samples. You're being a part of thought provoking panel discussions where we're arming you with information, like with cancer, arming you with information because I don't know anyone that has not been affected by that C word. So we want to try to arm you, whether you know someone now or you've been diagnosed, you may get diagnosed later. We want to arm you with the information that's necessary. We have amazing vendors. I mean, we vet everyone out so that we want to make sure that you are getting beautiful things. I'm constantly throughout the year getting people to say, I don't remember that name of this booth, but I got a bad jacket from her and I need to get another one. I get so many compliments. I love to hear that. They can expect Dougie Fresh in Secret Society and Sherry on Friday night. It's called Black and Bling. Everybody wear black and you bling it out how you choose to. Saturday, Sherry and I will have a fireside chat talking about her new movie, Straw. So if you haven't seen
Yes.
it,
Sure.
see it.
Oh, yeah.
So you can be a part of that conversation. But it's entitled Thriving in Your Valley Moments because sometimes we just see when people are here, but you don't know what they went through when they were down in the valley and what
Yes.
that means. But you know what? If you, I think you're
Hmm.
constantly having valley moments, even people that are super, super rich. And I had this
Yep.
conversation with one of my clients. She has a lot of money, but then you still think about how do I maintain it? When
Yeah.
is the shoe gonna drop? You can get that, that paranoia syndrome, like how do I keep all this together? So, it's a mindset for yourself. How do you develop that mindset to enjoy yourself no matter where you are, whether you're in the valley or on the
Yep.
mountaintop? How do you get peace?
Yeah.
Peace that surpasses all understanding. Life is going to happen, but Sunday is we go to church. Food for the soul. This year we have JJ Hairston, Travis Malloy, and Lamont McCoy is going to give us one. He's going to start it out. And Dr. Kim Lee, who is a minister, a motivator, and a renowned makeup artist, she's going to usher us in to praise. And so
Okay.
it's a beautiful, I tell everybody, come and join, be a part of this. Then we're going to do this thing called Let's Talk Girl Talk. We're going to talk about menopause. We're going to talk about finances. We're going to talk about HIV is still here. Don't get comfortable. Anything that you want to talk about, that's what we're going to talk about. And I have some experts that are going to be mental health. We're definitely going to get into that. Jada McQuarrie, she is an expert on mental health. She will be talking about resources. How do you get help? And it's okay not to be okay. It's okay not to be okay.
What are the times each day? Yeah.
Well, Black and Bling is on Friday night. That starts about, you want to get there about 8:45. And then we're going to have private shop. We don't allow as many people for that event so that we can keep it controlled. The next day is
Okay.
from 11 to 7. Sunday, it is 11 to 5. So we're hoping we'll see everybody come on out because we got cardiac screenings that are free. Heart disease is a major killer for Black women. We want you, it's non-invasive, to get your arteries checked to make sure there's no blockage. We have Touch, the Black Breast Alliance, that's talking about providing resources. I had a lady that said Ricky Farley gave her a surgeon's name. She found out the day before Ubiquitous last year, her name is Carla, that she had breast cancer. And she got a resource from Ricky Farley. She had surgery in November and she rung the bell in March. And she was one of the reasons why I decided to continue to do it this year. So those are the kind of stories. Ubiquitous, we're saving lives. We're asking everybody come out, support it, bring your tribe so that we can continue to bring these kind of resources and this kind of joy and this kind of love and information
Yep.
to the DMV.
Yeah.
Absolutely. No, this is vital, and we're so appreciative that you are sharing this with us because
Hmm.
we need it. We need it right now. Everyone
We
needs
do.
positivity, uplifting, those resources
Hmm.
that we can tap into, and like you said, share with our tribe, our family,
Yes.
friends. Everyone gets an opportunity to get what they need. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's beautiful.
So every year, what is every year in DMV? Every year at the same place?
Yeah. Every year.
Every year.
I don't have what it takes to do it more than once a year. I really don't. I wish I could. People are asking us to do it in different areas. This is not my core business. It's my ministry. It's a place where Black women give each other love. This woman told me that she wasn't a hugger and she was walking down the aisle and this woman said, "Give me a hug." She was like, "Okay." And they were hugging in the middle of the aisle, but that's the kind of reassurance and love that you get at Ubiquitous. "Oh, sis, I love your hair. Sis, I love what you have on. Sis, you looking good." It's just a beautiful, beautiful space. And if once you experience it one time, you won't miss it.
Okay.
Absolutely. Well, we'll definitely be there. How can people get their tickets and follow you?
they can follow us on Ubiquitous Expo on Instagram and Facebook. Also, they can go to ubiquitousexpo.com and click on that link. We have sold out the hotel at Live, sold it out. But if you want to get some rooms, there's a bunch of hotels around Live that's like the hotel will shuttle you in. So get your tickets now. Come on, support these entrepreneurs. We need it more than ever. 50,000 Black women have lost their jobs. And we can't just be lip service. We have to show these brands. When we have businesses, we hire people that look like us. We give back to the community. We've got to support. We make everybody else rich.
Support Black businesses. Come on out, everyone. Get your tickets. Come out. Be there every day. Get what you need. It's food for the soul. It's food for you to get what you need to be progressive and healthy and get you on for the rest of your week.
I'm what you call a serial entrepreneur. And I've asked God, okay, God, don't give me any more dreams right now. Let me just fulfill and finish this, especially at the age I am right now. I think it keeps you young when you keep dreaming. You never should stop dreaming, but my mind is always active. For over 30 years, close to 40 years, I have a sales and marketing company where I help build brands. I've made plenty of millionaires in the beauty space. Mayel, I love Melvin and Monique, and they have created legacy wealth for themselves. Legacy. And we refer to legacy wealth as when you can give it to your kids while you can see them. And so I do that. And then I'm a co-owner of Ambi Skincare. It's an old brand that we purchased from L'Oreal. They wanted to give it back to someone in the community, and I used to rep them. And so they gave me an opportunity. And then I also created a skincare line myself called I Know Skincare. It's giving people that glow. People see the difference in their skin when they use it. And on Sherry Shepherd, Tamron Hall. And I think we've done a good job with that brand. So I'm excited about the future. I'm excited about next week. So I'm just asking everybody, come on out and support like you've never supported before.
Absolutely. And we're going to put the information in the show notes of the podcast on the social media. We're going to promote you guys and everyone. Come on out, bring your tribe, come see us. We'll be there. We can't wait to see everyone. Can't wait to see you, Germaine, and all the wonderful guests that will be there. Yeah. So thank you for coming to the lounge. Thank you for coming and sharing this beautiful event with us. We cannot wait for it next weekend.
Thank you for inviting me, and good luck to you both, because it's amazing how, as husband and wife, you guys have been married for many years. That right there is something that should be applauded. Never give up, no matter what. So much success to you.
Thank you.
Yeah, this keeps, spreading and being very successful. I'm a golfer, and I said, it's like golfing. If you don't work at it, you will not be good at it.
As you
have to work at it. So that's something you all need to do, have some married couples on and talk to them about how do you maintain a successful marriage, because it's not easy. It's not.
Yeah.
Once you think you've mastered it, it's like, what? Where did this come from? 45 years. Yeah, we met in college at Morgan State. Yeah. And you have valley moments in your marriage. But, but you have this thing. One day I looked over at him. I said, I'm stuck with you. And he was like, that's not nice. I said, but it is a compliment. We're not going anywhere.
Thank you, Germaine, for joining us. We can't wait to see you next weekend. And we're going to go ahead. Yes, we're going to go ahead and put all your deets in our podcast information show notes. And we're going to share it on our social media. So thank you. Have a great day.
Thank you for having me.
So thank you for joining us today for our very first video podcast. So if you loved it, we want you to share it, subscribe. So you want to like it, follow, and share. Subscribe to this podcast on YouTube, everywhere you listen to your podcast. And then if you want more, you want to listen to our radio show on Sundays from 3 to 5 p.m. on Lit 106. It's called Lounging with Christina and Eddie. It's the same name as the podcast. And Follow us on social media, on Sledge House Media, Lounge Sundays, and W Lit 106 Radio.
So thank you for hanging out with us.
Yeah.
We truly appreciate it. And, the words of the wise, find out when you broke. Love won't get you on the bus.
Love is not enough.
Love.
You need to cook it clean, lady.
You ain't got to cook it clean. Love is
You
love.
can't just make reservations.
Find out when you broke.
That's what he's saying.
Love won't get you on the
From
bus.
the man who's been married 25 years. So thank you for lounging with us, and we will see you next week.
See you next week.